This is Abdul Khadir. Welcome to the session of C programming. And today we'll discuss a way of understanding the logic of a given program, especially C here. Okay, so this would be a pre-stage for a programmer who is trying to build his own logic for a given problem solution. Right, this will give a basic idea of understanding the logic of a given program. So, being said that the logic of a given program, um, this is prerequisite that you should know the basic syntax, semantics, and the key features of a given program. Given programming language. So today here we'll take one simple example program, which is to find compute the sum of the digits of a given number, right? A positive given number. Right. There is a given program with a set of statements as you can see on the board. Now intention is to understand the logic of the program. Okay, so how does the program's execution or flow of execution will go, and how does the logic proceed to fulfill the problem solution. Okay, so being given this program for a sample, we'll discuss the program logic here, and we'll see how to understand the flow of the execution. So for that purpose, let me take a separate area where we'll divide this into two portions. One is your output screen, where it will show you, it will write whatever the user interface that happens as a communication between the program and the user. Okay, and a separate area where I'll write the stages of changes in the variables, values of the variables as we trace the whole program. Okay, so if this program is given, the program starts with the comment line on the top, and then there is a preprocessor narrative, which is stdio.h for the prototype of IO functions like printf and scanf and rest of other functions. Okay, and main starts with the for backend, and there is the block of main, and here is the first line of the program, which is the declaration line, declaration statement, where in this program it is having three variables named x, r, and sum. So let me write all these variables, because using the values of these variables only, you will be able to understand how does the program actually proceeding from the start to till end, from the problem to the solution. Okay, so we have variable x, variable r, and variable sum, where only sum is initialized the value 0. Rest we'll see further as the program executes. Currently we don't have any values for r and x. And CLRSCR is a clear string statement which clears the output string in the Windows platform. And the next statement is printf statement, which is an output statement, formatted output statement, which displays any string within the given double quotes if it is given, right? It starts with slashing, indicates a slashing is for new line or next line, and then this string will be displayed on the output screen. So this printf has enter a number, this will be displayed on the output screen as it is. Enter a number. Okay, so after displaying this line, we have this string on the output. The next statement will be executed scanf, which is a formatted input statement, which is used to read a value from the keyboard from the user. Right here in this scenario, we have the scanf has a percentage d, which indicates it is supposed to read an integer value into a variable named x. Okay, so because of the statement, the cursor will be blinking, that means expecting you to, the cursor will be blinking on the output screen, expecting you to give some integer value. So let me give some number, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the number I have given in the output at the runtime, which will be stored in X. So X value is 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the variables which we trace as the logic progress. Right. Then the next statement is while loop. So there is a looping statement which has this curly braces which encompasses the three statements which are the actual logic of this program. Okay. The first line is the condition statement. What is the condition here? And meanwhile, before the condition, this X is being initialized with the scanf with the value of 1, 2, 3, 4. After the initialization of using scanf, then there is a condition. According to the condition, X is greater than 0. Is X greater than 0? Yes. Is 1, 2, 3 greater than 0? Yes. So once this is true, let me mark this is true. Because this is true, the logic enters, the execution enters this block, which is the block of while, which is to be repeated until this condition is true. So the first statement is R is equal to X percentage 10. So we use here R is used to store the remainder, of division, which is X divided by 10 with the percentage as the operator, which gives you remainder as the result, because percentage is a modulus operator which gives remainder. Now current value of X is 1, 2, 3, 4. When you divide by 10, when you divide any number by 10, integer number by 10, the unit digit will be the remainder, and remaining digits, that is 1, 2, 3 here, will be the quotient. So according to this, R will get the value of 4. Then after this, next statement is sum is equal to sum plus R. So sum initial value is 0, then plus R is 4. So 0 plus 4 is 4. Next statement is X is equal to X slash 10. So this slash is also division, but this operator will give you the quotient, and this is also division, but this will give you the remainder. That is the difference between modulus and division operator. This slash will give you the quotient. Now according to the value of X, the current value is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this statement, which also has a division, it doesn't change the value of X, rather it gives you remainder stored in X, but X is unchanged. Okay, so that is not stored, because on left hand side is not X, right? So there is R, so X is remaining still 1, 2, 3, 4. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, the value of X here, that 1234 divided by 10 will give you quotient as 1, 2, 3, because any number divided by 10 will give you the last digit, that is unit digit, as the remainder, and remaining digits after the unit digit, that is 1, 2, 3 here for this matter, will be the quotient, and that is stored in X. According to the statement, X gets the value of 1, 2, 3. Okay. After this, this is end of the logic of this program in the while loop. So after this end of the block of while, it will go back to the first statement, that is condition statement. Now, what is the condition? Is X greater than 0? What is the current value of X? It is 1, 2, 3. Is this greater than 0? True. Because this is true, it will enter the block. And what is the first statement here? R is equal to X percentage 10. What is the X value? 1, 2, 3. Percentage 10 will give you the remainder of division of 1, 2, 3 by 10, which is 3. Right? So that will be stored in R. The current value of R is 3, which is which will overwrite the value, previous value 4. Okay, so that is the R value. Next, after this, sum is equal to sum plus R. Current value of sum is 4 plus R, which gives you sum as 7. Right. Then next statement is X is equal to X by 10, which is, because we have eliminated 3 from here, quotient should be 12, because 12 is the next number that we have to sum up, right? So X will be X by 10, which is 1, 2, 3 by 10 will give you first 2 digits as the quotient, 3 as remainder already taken here, 12 will be the quotient, which is stored in X. After this, it will go back to while loop, where the condition is checked. What is the condition? Is X greater than 0? What is X? 12. Is 12 greater than 0? True. Enter the block. R is equal to X percentage 10. What is X value of 12? Percentage 10 will be, it will give you the 2 as the remainder, that is stored in R. Then sum is equal to sum plus R. Sum current value is 7 plus r is 2, that gives you sum as 9. Right? Then x is equal to x by 10, which is 12 by 10. So 12 by 10, quotient will be 1. Right? That is stored in x. Then repeat back with the condition here. Is x greater than 0? What is x value now? 1. 1 greater than 0, true. Because 1 is greater than 2, it will enter the block. Then r is equal to r x plus x percentage 10. What is r value now? Because single digit number, when you divide any single digit number by 10, the number itself will be the remainder and 0 will be the quotient. So now current value of x is 1, divided by 10, remainder will be 1. Right? Then sum is equal to sum plus r. What is sum value now? 9 plus r, that is 9 plus 1 is 10. Then after this, x is equal to x by 10. So current value of x is 1. When you divide this 1 by 10, you cannot divide it because it's an integer. So division is not possible. So it will give quotient as 0. So 1 divided by 10 give you quotient as 0, that is stored in x. Right? After this, go back to the condition, loop back to condition. What is the condition? Is x greater than 0? Is this x greater than 0? No, because x is 0 here. 0 greater than 0 is false. So once this is false, the execution will go out of the block of while and will go to this line, which is printf statement here. Right? Now, printf is an output statement. So it will print whatever is there along with string and a data type specifier. Here it is %d for value of sum. Now the output will have with the next line, and so because that is the current line, it will go to next line because of this slash in here. You go to next line here and you print this string as it is. The sum of digits is this %d will be replaced with the value of sum. So what is the value of sum? 10, and it will be displayed here. Okay. After this, there will be getch, which is actually a unformatted input function which is used to read a character from keyboard. So here in this context, this getch is used to make the output screen remain until you verify your output and press any key. As soon as you press a key, the execution will go to the edit scheme, program scheme. Okay. And you can verify output. If you don't give getch, what happens after displaying this output? It will immediately go back to the edit screen, programming screen. Okay, so that's why getch is given, right? And this getch and this CLR are not necessary for non-Windows platform like Linux and Ubuntu, where they're not necessary because they're terminal based and you don't have to create the open because they're all command based operating systems. Right, so these are not necessary even here, but this will give you a very good user interface for you to understand the program execution and logic flow. Right, and there is one way of understanding the logic of a given program once you know the syntax and semantics and key features of a given programming language. Now, I have tried to explain with this simple program of finding the sum of the given digits of a given number with this method. Hope this will help you to understand the logic of a given program, and this method could be used to understand any given program's logic and its execution flow. Right? And this will help to build your own logic further of any given problem solution. Right? Thank you.